Namaste, 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 Namaste.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for chanting. Today the Srimad Bhagavatam will be summarized by Kanhapriya Das.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dhirayet Srinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Idyantastoya Patrani Vidunoti Suhitsatam Ashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloker Tirbhavati Nestaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 10, verses 29-30, and a summary of the Chapter 10. Verse 29. Dhruve prayuktam asures mayam atidustaram visamyatasya munaya asamsan samagata. Synonyms. Dhruve, against Dhruva. Prayuktam, inflicted. Asure, by the demons. Tam, that. Mayam, mystic power. Ati dustaram, very dangerous. Rishamya, after hearing. Tasya, this, his. Munaya, the great sages. Some, good fortune. Asamsan, giving encouragement for. Samagata, assembled. Translation by His Grace, by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the great sages heard that Dhruva Maharaj was overpowered by the illusory mystic tricks of the demons, they immediately assembled to offer him auspicious encouragement. Text 30. Munayavach Atanapad Bhagavam Stav Shringad Dhanva Deva Shinotva Pavanataritarthi Haro Vipakshan Yananamadheyam Abhidaya Nishamya Shraddha Loko Jasa Tarati Dustaram Angamrityom. Synonyms. Munayavacha, the sages said, Uttanapad, son of King Uttanapad, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Tava, your, Saranga Dhanva, one who bears the bow called Saranga, Deva, the Lord, Shinotu, may he kill, Avanatha, of the surrendered soul, Arti, the distresses, Hara, who removes, Pakshan, enemies, Yat, whose, Namadhyam, holy name, Abhidhaya, uttering, Nishamya, hearing, Cha, also, Adha, immediately, Loka, persons, Anjasa, fully, Tarati, overcome, Dustaram, insurmountable, Anga, O Dhruva, Mrityum, death. Translation. All the sages said, Dear Dhruva, O son of King Uttanapad, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as Sarangadhanva, who relieves the distresses of his devotees, kill all your threatening enemies. The holy name of the Lord is as powerful as the Lord himself. Therefore, simply by chanting and hearing the holy name of the Lord, many men can be fully protected from fierce death without difficulty. Thus, a devotee is saved. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great rishis approached Dhruva Maharaj at the time when his mind was very perplexed due to the magical feats exhibited by the yakshas. A devotee is always protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By his inspiration only, the sages came to encourage Dhruva Maharaj and assure him that there was no danger because he was a soul fully surrendered to the Supreme Lord. By the grace of the Lord, if a devotee at the time of death can simply chant his holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, simply by chanting this Maha Mantra, he immediately surpasses the great ocean of the material sky and enters the spiritual sky. He never has to come back for repetition of birth and death. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one can surpass the ocean of death. So Dhruva Maharaj was certainly able to surpass the illusory magical feats of the yakshas, which for the time being disturbed his mind. Thus, and the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Dhruva Maharaj's Fight with the Yakshas. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansya Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Mama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutali Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshtarini Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Varsadi Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So in this chapter we saw that Dhruva Maharaj fight with the Yakshas after having been enthroned by his father Uttanapad to the throne of the universe that time. And this chapter describes in the beginning that end of last chapter he was enthroned by his father, and then he was ruling the world, and gets married to the daughter of Prajapati Shishumar, whose name was Rami, and he gets 2 sons, Kalpa and Vatsar. And then Maharaj had another wife also called Ila, whose daughter married. She was the daughter of Vayu, and she also begot a son called Utkala and a very beautiful daughter. His younger brother Uttam was still unmarried. Actually, he goes on a hunting excursion and he gets killed by powerful yaksha in the Himalaya mountain. And his mother Suruchi also ends up dying because she couldn't bear separation from her son. When Dhruva Maharaj hears about the killing of his brother at the hands of the yakshas, he becomes overwhelmed with the lamentation and anger. And he gets on his chariot and goes out to fight the yakshas. And the yakshas were living in a city called Alkapuri. Dhruva Maharaj went to that direction, northern Himalayan range, like northern side of India. And in the valley, he saw a city full of ghostly persons who were followers of Lord Shiva. So he announces, after reaching there, announces with his by blowing his conch shell that he is going to have a war with them. And the Yakshas, who are also very powerful heroes, they also blow their conch shell and a war ensues. And Dhruva Maharaj, who was a great charioteer, and a great bowman, also immediately began to kill them simultaneously. And when the heroes, there is a big war that ensues. Dhruva Maharaj was sending many arrows, killing many of them. But Yakshas were, it is described here, they are like, 130,000 strong. But Dhruva Maharaj was killing them. But not only the Yakshas were having a strong, position, they were also using mystical powers. But Dhruva Maharaj, who was blessed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, started showering arrows upon the enemies in Alkapuri, a city that was supposed to be very pretty, and starts to devastate the Yakshas. And it's just, and a fierce war happens when so many people, animals, there is a chaos that ensues. And, then the mystic war starts, and then they are hurling like, big stones and things like that, which, Dhruva Maharaj was able to counter. And then the demonic power of illusion, they create many strange phenomena to frighten, one who is less intelligent. When they create, and then this chapter, like, with this two sloka, when the great sage Dhruva Maharaj was overpowered by the illusory mystic power, the demons, they immediately assembled to offer him auspicious encouragement. And all the sages said, O Dhruva, O dear king of Uttanpad, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as Sringadhanva, who relieves the distress of. So he's getting the blessings, holy name of the Lord, as powerful. Therefore, simply by chanting, many men can be fully protected and fears death. From fears death. Thus a devotee is saved. So he gets saved, and in the next chapter we'll see that how he defeats them. So we see here that all the traits that exist in living entities, forget about human beings or demigods or demons or yakshas. I remember Prabhupada saying that when somebody asked him, do aliens exist? Prabhupada says, of course. Where are they? He said, no, you all are aliens here. We are not, we all are aliens here. This is not a place for us conducive for life, conducive for living. The goal should be, we should be going back to God, where we belong, to the spiritual realm. And He has given us the mantra, the holy name of the Lord, that Antakale Chamame, Swaran Muktava Kalevaram, Yaprayati Sabandhavam. So we are meant to go back to the spiritual realms Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who lives in his abode, Golok, Vrindavan, with his associates and is served by hundreds of thousands of gopis. So that should be our aim. We have noticed that in this world, one thing that is very, very, very common is that fighting. Fighting always keeps on happening. Why is that? Why can't people do a little bit common sense, pause for a little bit, sit back, relax, and think that why am I killing this person? Why the army of a nation is bent upon killing other people of other nation? Why can't we coexist? Why can't we exist in this world with each other? We have like situations right now also, if you look at it, there is a devastating war going on between Israel and Hamas and Iran and Hezbollah. And then there is a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. I mean, Russian people, are they any non-different from the Ukrainian people? Ukraine was carved out of Russia only. All the people you used to be like, under one umbrella, USSR, right? Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. And Ukraine they speak the same language. But some people with, their expectations or their, goals, they set so high that no, this country has to be under my control. This piece of land belongs to us. Formerly it used to be with us. Now also it should come back to us. I mean, is that going to change anything materially? Is he going to eat something different than what he is eating now? Is he going to be able to sleep better? Is he going to have a better quality of life for himself, Mr. Great Putin, or the supremo of Iran, or Israeli people? Even if some people, of course, since time immemorial, these four things: eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. This thing has been going on. One person becomes aggressor, other person has to defend. And in that process of defending, one becomes an aggressor. One can show more aggression than the aggressor. So this thing is going on. So even in this world, we are worried about, if there are aliens. Even if aliens come to this world, do you think we will be able to allow them to welcome them with the love and affection? No. We will be all scared here. That, oh no, what are they going to do to us? Are they superior to us, inferior to us? Are they going to control us? Not to talk about aliens, if any animal from our own world becomes visible, we all become alarmed. If in an area like a tiger is spotted or a lion is spotted, we become alarmed and we want to kill that, eliminate that. Of course, that's a wild beast. They are unpredictable, but anything that is unpredictable, any alien is also unpredictable. What do you want to do? But that thing, the creation is such that, this world cannot have that kind of peace. Similarly here, Uttam goes on a hunting expedition and he is killed by the Yakshas because they felt that, he's a threat to their society. Similarly, like, Dhruva Maharaj, in order to avenge the death of his brother, goes on killing all the yakshas. So where do we draw a line? Why can't we think? Because we do not have that intelligence, do not have that when you come forward with a message of peace to somebody, people misunderstand that, okay, this person is maybe a pretender, kill him, so that threat is eliminated from us. So we have to create a society, which is what Prabhupada has done, where, like, people are able to coexist with each other with a fostering a feeling of love, compassion, mercy for each other, and for extending it to anybody and everybody who comes in contact with them. So that is the purpose, so that people feel loved, wanted, and being cared for in every field. So there is plenty of resources in this world. Hoarding it for one's own this thing that, no, I got to have it, like, you can die. I don't care. If you are poor, you did not work hard or whatever, you don't deserve to live, you die. That's the mentality of people in general. So that all that needs to be changed. And that's why Prabhupada, after establishing this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he used to say that has created a organization in which the whole world can live. So that's how one can exist by spreading good values, imbibing good values, and keeping that goal that we don't belong to this place. We have to go back, realize ourselves. We have to, and if such a thing happens, or people, even more than 50% or like half of that also become Krishna conscious in this world will be a place which will be like similar to Vaikuntha, where there will be no anxiety. With this, I will stop. Thank you very much for joining in. Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful day.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for a wonderful summary, bro.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.